Three, two, one.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Runs podcast with me and Niki on the Lucasade original. What's happening? How's it going?
How are you, Matt? You alright?
Not bad, not bad. You?
Shit.
Oh, it's been a week, hasn't it? Fucking tamping, fuming, raging.
What?
I know what happened. You know what
Everything,
happened. But we
Matt.
did have a lot of messages, people asking what happened, blah, blah, blah. I said he's fine. He's sulking. He'll be back. Don't worry. But what happened?
Yeah, fucking disaster, mate. Yeah, I don't want to make too many excuses, and I hadn't told anyone. I'd been feeling a bit under the weather the last couple of days, Thursday, Friday. Woke up Friday, didn't feel great. Flu-like symptoms and a real bad gut. My daughter and her boyfriend had had a sickness bug most of the week, but I'd managed to stay away from that. But my guts was weird.
Yeah.
Travelling up then with Jake and Katie, was feeling all right as the day got on. Started feeling gradually worse, but was taking, beach germs and everything you do to fight the cold, and but got there, registered. I didn't feel like I had the flu, but I felt like it was coming or getting worse. By the evening, went back to the hotel. I laid down, I was zonked, and I even napped, and I never nap. I never nap, so I knew something was right. Yeah. Went out for food Friday evening. I felt awful. I messaged you, didn't I? Because we was going to do a live.
Yeah.
Said I'm awful. I weren't even going to eat my food. That's how bad I felt. But no, I got to eat because if I'm going to run tomorrow, I'm going to have to eat. But I'd hardly snack. And usually through the day, I'll snack all day. I'll be, getting my carb intake. I didn't eat anything. I just couldn't stomach anything. Just wasn't feeling like eating. Was feeling really sick, but wasn't being sick. I had no diarrhea or sickness, but was feeling like it. Yeah, and then I ate food, said my apologies to everyone, and went to bed. I fell asleep at 8 and woke up at 7 o'clock Saturday morning. I had like 11 hours just out. And I woke up and I felt okay. I thought, I felt better than I had Friday. Again, doorstep, went down at my breakfast, felt okay, got ready. Yeah, felt all right. I thought, yeah, I'm giving it a go no matter what. I feel okay. I don't feel like there's no way I can run. It wasn't that bad, you know what I mean? Yeah, the weather was okay. It held off. It was looking like it was going to be bad. It hadn't rained. Went out in the car park, met loads of people at a hotel. Was fine again. I didn't say anything to anyone because I didn't want to make any bullshit. Went to the start, warmed up with Josh, Jake, and Mike. And felt, yeah, I'm all right. Like a mild warm up, nothing. Wasn't feeling like I couldn't breathe. No heart rate. Not that I pay attention to it. But yeah, let's go. Started. Jake obviously was running with me. A big, massive thanks to him because he was going to run the whole thing with me. And then obviously it went wrong for me. Just first mile flew by. Felt fine. Nothing. Second mile, same. Very much settled in. Got onto a rhythm. Talking to a few people around us. Was in a good pace. All the people around us talking. What our goals were. Yes, sub 3. Yeah, happy days. 4 or 5 of us, all same. Brilliant. We got an expert pacer in Jake.
Yeah.
Mile 2. As soon as we started the first mile, the second to third mile, you start going up the hill. Obviously started to feel a bit harder, but again, nothing. I think I'd done a 6:30 and it didn't feel too hard. But as soon as we hit that third mile into the fourth, I started feeling, whoa, this don't feel right. I'm starting to feel like I didn't feel like I had any energy, sort of started to feel like. So, come on, just get up over the hill. It's just because it's the hill. And it just gradually got worse. Those 2 miles going up Penna Pass. I said to Jake, I couldn't even take my gel at mile 3. My guts was going like somersault, like a tumble dry. And I was like, I couldn't even risk to take my gel. So I waited till the top of Penna Pass to take my gel. I was like, right, come on, take your gel now. You'll be fine. It's just a bit of fatigue going up the hill. Put it out to your head. Said to Jake, I'm not feeling great, but I'll take my gel now. I couldn't even eat that. Like I had one mouthful of it. Couldn't even stomach it. Straight away, my guts were killing. I said to Jake, where's the toilet? Because I couldn't remember. So I think it's way down on, like near halfway. I was like, right, come on, you're going to have to just forget the gel. See if it settles. Carried on going downhill. I was just getting slower. The wind was behind us still, and I just felt like it was in front of us. I just felt I had no energy, felt really weak. seen the Phoenix lot on the corner before you turn onto the gravel track. I said to Jake, Jake, I'm just not feeling good. Like, this isn't good already. I'm just feeling so, come on, we keep going, get the best, get it. I was like, yeah, that's where I'm at. And then for anyone that run and knows, that section then it's about 2 miles of trail, and it's really, there's a fair bit of it steep downhill. There's a lot of stony ground, drainage channels you've got to watch for. So going down there, by mile 7, I was starting to feel sort of dizzy and struggling to focus my vision. I think it was I said to everyone after, I think it was because I was focusing so much on the ground and making sure my footing was right. But like, I knew then there was no way, well, at that point I felt like there was no way I was going to get around. So Jake was like, oh, do you want me to go ahead, see with his marshals, ask him what they can do? So he shot ahead, in fairness to him. And I was just, my race was over. I just knew it was done. So got to mile 8, we come out to the gully, seen the marshals, and they radioed for a thing, asked me what do I want to do. I said, I'm just ill. I'm feeling a bit dizzy and lightheaded and struggling to properly focus. So they sat me down on a wall and said there's not a lot they can do till first aid turns up. And I made the call there and then to just call it quits. And absolutely devastated. It wasn't something I took lightly. I just felt that time there was no way I was going to get around. The weather was getting worse, and that's not, I'm just because I was ill, that's what made it worse. Everyone else toughed it out. But I was just absolutely devastated.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, you've got money in the bank, like with the people that know you and everything. The pulling out would have been the last thing you wanted to do as well. Like, so you're harder on yourself, and it's like you said, it's because you've had that fucking banging block as well. But you still had that block. You just didn't get to do the last lap, really, innit? But
it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like I say, I haven't had an illness for ages. I had a migraine the other week, but I suffer with them, and that came and went. It was nothing to stop me training. But like, to have this, like on the Thursday for this to start of the race week was just unbelievable. Like, it's just like, I couldn't believe it. But I still thought it's only a cold, I'd be all right. But then as soon as I put any, obviously trying to run a marathon up hills is not, it's going to fucking find you out, and your weakness will become weaker, won't it? But I sat on our wall, like, and loads of people passed that I knew, obviously Josh, Arwell, Michael, Sarah, Howard. I seen loads of people like, come on, just come run with us for a bit. And I debated it. Everyone I come past was like, shall I? I was literally sitting on a wall, fucking feeling like I'd been run over by a fucking tractor, and I had no energy. Honest to God, mate. And what didn't help, like, they didn't know what to do, so they just kept me sat there for 15, 20 minutes before they put me in their car.
Yeah.
So that probably didn't make it any better. But like, honestly, from the whole time then till they got me back to the hotel, I was just like, I'm still today. I said, did I make the right decision? It's impossible to know that. At that time, I felt I did, even though I'm absolutely devastated about it, and I will probably doubt that for a long time whether I did or didn't. But proper, as you say, money in the bank, whatever. It's my first proper DNF, and the other one, in nothing you can do with that. But this was me throwing the towel in and saying, no, I can't go on. So to do that, absolutely devastated. Like, I put a lot of work into it, but like I say, that means nothing, does it?
No, like Darky will tell you, the marathon owes you fuck all, does it?
No, it's just so frustrating. That's the thing with it. Just devastated.
I mean, with that as well, like I said, if you carry on for another 2 miles and there's no aid station and there's no marshals about or whatever, and you fucking black out on a downhill, or you jog along with Arwell for a bit and you black out with him, you're spoiling other people's races as well. Then it's
that and that's something obviously you don't want to do, and then put it on anyone. I stopped at the first marshal point I really saw after I started feeling like there's no way I can go any further. And don't get me wrong, even coming down at mile 7, I was like, right, get to halfway. There's a town there. I knew Oppo was going to be there. I thought, well, if worst case, I'll jump in with Oppo and get in his car or whatever. And honestly, at mile 7, it felt like I wouldn't get to mile 8, let alone fucking 13.
Nah, there's fucking pointless. Like I said, we said last week about the Carlies, it's your hobby as well, isn't it? So if there's a purse at the end of it or whatever, maybe it's a bigger fucking risk and a bigger push, but you'll be back, like, won't you? And I don't think there's anyone calling you a fucking wimp and a dropout or anyone or anything now. Like, you're just harder on yourself than anyone else is, isn't it? But
Oh,
I would
obviously.
have pulled out, but I fucking love pulling out the races anyway. But I mean, you definitely made the right decision, because that happens a couple of miles down the road or whatever, and it's fucking worse, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. As you say, it could have been in no man's land with no one around. And I know other people pull out. I know Tom from Triad messed me after he pulled out a couple of miles after seeing me, and he had to wait hours for the sweeper bus to come through to him. So
Yeah,
in a way, I was lucky I pulled out where I was, because I then, as soon as everyone had passed through that marshal point, they were able to take me back to the start finish. You know what I mean? So I didn't have to hang around, although I was there a fair bit. I wasn't there hours and hours like other people have probably pulled out a bit further down the road. They'll have to just wait for the sweeper vehicle.
yeah. But no, I
You
reckon,
know,
yeah.
it's just so frustrating, and it's, you know, to be fucking done by a fucking illness on fucking race day. Nothing you can really do about it. Like, it's just, yeah, it's gutting.
I mean, the good thing about that is, like we said before, it's not a PB course. You haven't DNF'd where you could have PB'd the shape you were in, like, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a silver lining kind of thing in there. And
Yeah.
but like I said, you'll be harder on yourself than anyone. That's like what you're famous for, innit? Fucking stubborn and the lot. But you're looking to get back as soon as possible and put that block to work if you can find the marathons, eh?
Yeah, I've been looking. Obviously, I asked Valencia places. I've looked into that. I can't. That's not going to happen. It's going to cost me too much. And yeah, I'm just a panic moment when it. But I have looked at other races. I've got a couple of options. One I've probably ruled out as well. Might have to do that one next year since I found it now. But yeah, I've got one option. There's nothing coming up in the next. I would have done one next week if I could. This week, and obviously, because he's still tapered and fresh, obviously,
Yeah.
after this, that fucks off. But no, obviously, we got Burton this week. There was nothing this weekend, nothing next weekend, and then I'm away. So it looks like it
Yeah.
might have to be early December. But I'll make that call in a few more weeks. I'm a lot
But like I
calmer
said,
today than I was yesterday and Sunday. And yeah, but I would like to get something out of the block if I can. And yeah, I'll make that decision in a few weeks.
when you messaged me, it was like, put up a post and see if anyone's got a Valencia place. I was like, fuck. Here we go. But like absolute worst case scenario, you go into the Boston block in incredible shape anyway. Like,
yeah, I'm probably even more determined to big PB.
But this weekend, so that's what happened to Niki in Snowdonia.
Yeah, in Eryri.
This weekend, yeah. Fuck, I would have done it. I'm not embarrassed to host a podcast with you or anything like after that. Don't worry about it. Like, it happens.
Yeah,
it does. It's just shit luck that it's fallen by there, isn't it?
Yep, unbelievable.
But next week we've got Richard Burton. So the thing is, what I wanted to say as well is, it is because you've gone away from you've pulled the plug in. I know if you've gone back and then an hour later you're right as rain or whatever. But you're not. Yeah. You're still like. How are you feeling now? How long that's lasted, haven't it?
I'm still not right now. I was suffering in work still today. Yesterday I felt a bit better again, and this morning I felt shit again. No, I went back. I were in the room, showered, and then I seen the people who were finishing, and Creeber and I were there. So I said, right, let's go over and watch. And I was just, I tried. They bought me a pint, tried to have that. That took me like hours to drink that.
Yeah.
Went back, had food in the hotel. Didn't really fancy that, but did eat because I hadn't eaten all day since the morning. Then they were going back out to watch the Liverpool game. I went out, I had another pint. I didn't even finish it because I felt awful. Went back, slept. Had a good 10 hours again. And travelling home Sunday, I was still rough. Yesterday, I felt a bit better. This morning, I felt shit again. I feel a bit better this evening again. So hopefully it pass tomorrow or next day. And yeah, Richard Burton Sunday. And hopefully I can run out without any problems.
Yeah, because you need to put another nail in Arwell's coffin because he's claiming a 2-1 now. He's not having the whitewash.
Hey, he's right. Hang on, what about cross country the week before?
I messaged him. I said, "You're gonna claim that as a win against Pleo this year?" Now he said, "Yeah," and apparently marathons get you extra points as well. But hey ho, Richard Burton.
I'll give him it.
Richard Burton this weekend. Looking forward to that now as well. You were going to just chill for that, weren't you? So
I was going to pace one of the boys, but I messaged him yesterday. Said, "Look, if I'm feeling better this week, I need to vent some anger, so I might have to run hard. So yeah, that's going to be the plan if I'm feeling better tomorrow or Thursday. Will be to run hard now.
It was funny when Benki, we've got our little WhatsApp group, and as soon as you DNF'd and you were a bit sick, Scott Gray was chirping up again when he only strikes like Ken said, players injured now, and Scott's back in the group, like so.
Scott's chirping up.
Eat shit, Scott. He's going to put you in the fucking hole on Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I think I'll be alright. I'm slowly getting better. It's weird. The one I can't work out is my guts. I didn't have any sickness or diarrhea, but my guts feels like, I don't know, there's something going on in there. So I don't know what the hell that was, as well as the cold flu symptoms.
Yeah, these bugs are evolving, isn't they?
Yeah, but I would just like to say thanks to Jake, the marshals at my late, the first aid that came there, and everyone that messaged me asking who it was and what had happened. You know, it was, thanks for that. It means a lot. People were worried and had time to even think and send a message. So I'd like to say thanks for that. And to everyone who helped. And after the Phoenix lot, everyone else I saw that was on the course supporting those first few miles. Yeah, appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we'll recap everyone else's race. We've got 2 episodes this week, so we'll recap everyone else's race in our next episode. But we're just a bit pushed for time this week because that's Richard Burton coming up. That's what happened in Snowdonia. I've got a dodgy quad.
Oh, what's happened there?
I don't know. It's just so. What are you laughing at? Amy's just laughing at me like.
What do you think, dodgy quad?
Yeah. Oh, shut up, Bloom. Get out. Yeah, well, no. I wasn't going to go today, and then my father-in-law was like, come on, just come with me. And now she reckons I've hurt my quad because I can't keep up with him, but I could keep up with him. But he's going to be in Richard as well.
Is he doing Burton? No, great.
Yeah. But I don't know. It played up last time I went, so I rested it for a little bit. But, you know, I'm having not a wobble at the moment. Let's tell you about, like, I'm running, but I'm struggling to keep to the plan because I keep backfilling them. I'm like, oh, because I know I can move them around now. I'm much more likely to move them around. So after Burton now, it's a bit of a quieter week this week, so I can fit everything in. But then after Burton, I've got to concentrate on banging the sessions on the right days and getting them done and not moving them around because I backfill them to, I'll do 4 sessions, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, knowing full well I won't. Then I missed the session here and there as well then.
Yeah. It's hard now as well. Like, clock's gone, looking back or whatever. It's fucking dark coming home from work, and so this is when the graft and the grind really starts.
Yeah, and the thing, like, I've got to find a way to get to like 5 a.m. club at least once or twice a week, like, because my commute doesn't get me home until 6:10 if the traffic's bang on, like, you know, and then. Like I said, Amy's got to take her dogs out for a walk, and it's just the balance of spinning all the plates in it. So if I can get 2 early morning ones in,
that helps. Maybe the pressure off as well.
But then, you can't be doing a session at 5 o'clock in the morning, can you? So you've got to find the easy ones to fit around.
You don't want to be doing that in the mornings. You want to be doing your easy ones, in the morning. Start cold, wet morning. It's easy running.
But we'll be all right. It's like that's a good problem for me, Trav, because my problem normally is I've stopped running. I haven't stopped running. I'm still running. I'm just cherry picking easier sessions. I am trying to do the sessions, the hard ones, but then I'm pulling the plug on them a little bit soon. Like, and a warm up, like when I get to warm up, I'm like, this fucking doesn't matter now. Warm up, I can just stop. Like, it doesn't matter. But not a warm up, a cool down. So I'm like, I don't need to do that. I've done the hard bit, but I know I have to do the cool down as well. I'm just fucking lying to myself. Never mind. So that's a quick catch up. Like I said, we'll catch up a little bit more about what happened in Eryri for everyone else. But we're going to take a quick break now. And we have got a fucking weapon on this week. So we'll get an invite sent out, get Lauren to join us, and have a chat about everything she bloody does, is it?
Yes, it's going to be a lot.
Welcome back. We have been joined by the Swiss Army knife of endurance sports, Lauren Stockley. Laura, how are you? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good. Thanks for giving us a bit of time. Everything good?
Yes.
I can't believe you've got time to do a podcast, honest to God. We'll get into that. But jeepers, you don't stop.
I know. I'm on half term at the moment, so I'm a teacher. So this week I'm not working, so I've got a bit more time on my hands, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I should have figured that out because when I offered you dates, you were like, "I'll take the 28th." So makes sense now, obviously. Oh, happy days. We'll get up to current, what's going on now. Current affairs, I was going to say, but we'll get up to present day. But if we go back to school, primary school and secondary school, where did you grow up?
So I'm from Abergavenny.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I was born there, still around here. Obviously, I went off to uni in Birmingham, but yeah, Abergavenny is where I sort of grew up.
Yeah. So, Abergavenny, is that posh or not?
I would say people from the valleys would say it's posh, but
Everywhere's posh.
everyone else, I don't think it is.
Yeah. We played cricket in the summer in school, and you guys played croquet in the summer in school, innit?
I've
No.
never given croquet a go, so.
So what did you do in primary school and secondary school sports-wise? A bit of everything?
So my background was in competitive swimming. So in secondary school, so swimming was sort of my main sport, but I gave everything a go. I was on the netball team, I was on the hockey team, I did athletics. So yeah, I did anything that I could just sort of get my heart rate up, I would go and do. But so yeah, definitely through secondary school, I was a competitive swimmer. I used to swim sort of twice a day, most days. So that was like my background really.
Yeah.
But I did that up until I was about 14, 15. So went to sort of national level. But I was still doing a lot of athletics on the side. So I was running for a athletics club, doing sort of 800, 1500 throughout sort of like school. So we're sort of juggling the swimming and the running at that point.
Yeah. The thing with that then, like you go to school and you do, like we do the rugby and the football and the hockey and the netball and stuff. But once you become, like, I always felt like growing up, swimmers were a bit more serious from a younger age, weren't it?
Yeah, so I was training in the morning, I'd come into school and I'd go through the school day, and as soon as I'd finished, I'd then go straight up to Pontypool and have another session. So it was trying to like fit, like my parents were really good. They wanted me to try and do as many sports as possible. So if there was ever, like I remember Tuesdays and Thursday nights, my swimming coach would let me go and train with the running club. So I was always sort of trying to do a load of different things as well. But yeah, it was very serious from an early age.
Yeah, absolutely. All the strokes?
Mostly breaststroke and butterfly, but yeah, I'd compete at most of the strokes really.
To know, like the swimming, like, the Olympics just gone and watching Marchand from France. Swimming's like having a bit of a glow up at the moment as well. It's quite cool again at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, like when I was doing it, it wasn't really a massive thing. Like you'd only really watch it when it was on in the Olympics, and then no one really sort of looked at it for the rest of the year. But yeah, it's definitely have a bit of a resurgence the past like year or so.
Yeah, and it's plugged in with multi-sport and stuff now, obviously, that we'll get on to in a bit. But so you finish school and then you go off to university in Birmingham. Was that with swimming in mind as well then? Does that, like, do you look for a university with a good swimming program, or are you just going off to do your studies?
So I'd quit swimming sort of a year before university. So I went and did a sports science degree at university. But I I was really sort of umming and ahhing whether I wanted to do that degree because I wasn't really doing any sport at that time. I was doing like the occasional jog here and there, but I was like, oh, I'm not doing any sport. Why am I going and doing a sports degree? But so yeah, I didn't really go to university with actually competing in mind. It was more sort of the education
Yeah.
side.
Okay. Why did you quit swimming, if you don't mind us asking?
I think it got to a point where I was training so much and I just wasn't getting anywhere. Like I knew that I wasn't going to get get to the high end of the sport. Like I wasn't going to go to the Olympics. I wasn't making any like serious teams. So it was just a lot of training for not really, I wasn't getting the performances I wanted.
And you've sacrificed a lot through them younger ages, I guess, then. And it's like, do I continue sacrificing these, or do I put that in a box, maybe come back to it in the future and explore other stuff? And then uni gives you the opportunity to do that as well, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. And I gave up the athletics as well, which was something I was a lot better at than the swimming. But I sort of got into athletics later on. So it was my PE teachers that sort of pushed me to go and join clubs and go and do all like the cross countries. But I sort of enjoyed the swimming more, I think, because I was around, I saw that my training partners and my training group like every day, twice a day.
Yeah.
So I definitely think I was better at the running, but I enjoyed the swimming more. So I gave everything up for the swimming. So yeah, it was a bit of a sacrifice for something that I wasn't really going to get anywhere with.
Yeah, it's a big call, though, isn't it? Because, like I said, and you're almost closing a chapter, not on friendships and stuff like that, but regular friendships, because you're not seeing them as much anymore, and it's a big step to close that door then as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I felt it was hard to say. I sort of phased it out a little bit rather than one day, no, I've completely quit. I sort of slowly stopped going to the competitions, slowly sort of weaning myself away from training, because I think it was quite, I don't know, I think to make that decision and just say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore, I found really hard.
Yeah, and I guess it's justified more then if you go in. I'm not going to go to the, I'm going to call it a gala because I don't know what they call it when if it is still a gala. But I'm not going to this gala and then not regretting not going to that gala. It justifies the decision a bit as well then, maybe, does it?
Yeah, just because I don't know, I felt like if I slowly sort of stopped going to things, it was a bit easier than, yeah, just saying, no, I've completely stopped and I'm not part of the team anymore.
Absolutely. So, I said absolutely again. I say that all the time. What about university? So, obviously, you're there to do your degree and stuff like that, but that's where, because like I said to you before we started, I do all my research. I did go on your Power of 10 to see your times as well, right? Which I don't usually do. But your Instagram, I had no idea about the swimming, but I do know it looked like you were pretty sharp at hockey in university as well.
Yeah, so when I went to uni, so hockey I really enjoyed in school. So I was playing for a club in Abergavenny and then in my school team. So then when I went to university, I was like, I still want to try and do some sort of sport and enjoy it a little bit more rather than being really competitive. So I joined the university team and then another team when I was in Birmingham. But yeah, it was just a sort of outlet to sort of still do some sort of sport, but just not an individual sport, to actually have that sort of team aspect again.
Yeah. So the university was, just so we understand it best, it wasn't about competing. It was about getting your education and being a part of a team and enjoying sport again. I know the word again is the wrong word in it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was more sort of getting into it and actually just having a bit more fun.
But now it's completely different. So you left university, you said you're on half term, so you've got your PGCE, I guess, you've got a job in PE, which we know teachers don't really finish work at 3:30. We know that, right? So you've got a busy job, you're a pro hyroxer, you qualified for the Ironman 70.3 world champs, or am I doing you a disservice, full world champs?
No, it was 70.3.
You run cross country for Park Brimbach, and you're really, really fast on the roads as well. I said to Niki before you came on, I reckon you might be the best pound for pound endurance athlete in Wales.
Oh God, that's a that's a big call, but I'll embrace it.
But I think it's quite fair because
you've got a lot there that you're doing well in, so it's not far off. Can't be.
you don't get Nike deals if you're doing well in something as well, right? But at the same time, I don't understand. We make fun of hyrox all the time, but to be a pro in anything, you must be good at it. And we know hyrox, we do make fun of the branding and all that kind of stuff, but we know it's tough, right? So you're pro hyroxer, you qualify for the Worlds in Ironman. You're pretty much a sub-3 marathoner, but for 120 seconds. You love cross country. Why did you do all this?
To be honest, it's just like I've always loved sport, and I love being busy and just all like trying to see what my body can do. And I think it's just one thing after the other. Like I think it all came from sort of lockdown, I think. So COVID sort of once COVID was a massive thing, and it was sort of that, oh, you can have 1 hour of it was 1 hour of exercise,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
You know, before,
So
so
that's
what
when
was
I
you doing?
started.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Before COVID, were you doing hyrox? Were you running? Were you doing triathlon?
No,
No.
no.
What did your exercise regime look like before COVID?
So before COVID, so COVID happened when I was in uni, so it was
Right.
very much hockey. Then COVID hit, and
Yeah.
my last year of uni was in COVID.
Okay.
So
What
yeah, it
happened
was
in COVID? Carry on with where I rudely interrupted.
sorry. So with COVID, I sort of decided. So I wasn't really playing hockey. I wasn't really doing anything, and I was like, "This isn't me. I need to actually do a bit more exercise." So it was sort of getting back into running. So I used that sort of hour exercise, going out and running. And to begin with, I couldn't even do a 5K without stopping. That's how sort of unfit I was at the time compared to like what I was doing before.
Yeah.
So yeah, just getting back into the running, and slowly things started to open back up again. And that was when I was like, oh, I'll go and let's sort of challenge myself and do a half marathon. And that's how I sort of got back into the road running and sort of doing 10Ks, half marathons, deciding that I wanted to do a marathon. And that's when I sort of I realized that I could actually go back to a running club that wasn't just athletics. And that's when I sort of found Brimback Park, that it wasn't just on the track, that they did a lot of the cross countries and the road racing. So sort of got back into running through that way, and then got into the gym a little bit more as well. So I was introduced
Compliment the
to,
running.
yeah, definitely. Because I've always enjoyed the strength side of things as well as the running. So my partner, Tom, he was massively into sort of CrossFit. So when I met him, I started doing a couple of sessions that way, and I sort of enjoyed the running part of it. I enjoyed the weightlifting, but I knew that doing Olympic weightlifting wasn't really my cup of tea. So that's where I sort of found hyrox, which was sort of a mix of the two, like a little bit of strength and a bit of running in between.
Yeah.
So that's when I sort of entered my first one. But I was like you guys, I was like, what is this? What is it? And you see all these people posting about it, and people making such a massive deal of it. But it was something that I really enjoyed. It sort of complemented the two together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's like a hallelujah moment for someone like you that's just enjoying the strength and conditioning side of it, doesn't want to go into the Olympic lifting side of it. It's complementing your running, and then hyrox comes out of nowhere, and it's like, this is what if I could have made something up, I would have made this up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is something that I could actually do really well at. And I know it's sort of, like you said, you see people posting about it. As soon as you see one video, it's like all over your feed.
Yeah.
But I was speaking to people that I know in the gym, and I've done a couple of marathons now, and I quite like knowing what pace I need to stay at and holding that. So like, let's say I go out for a marathon, I know what pace, around the pace I want to hit, and I can sort of try, well, I say try and stay that last 5K normally really hurts. But with hyrox, it's your heart rate is so different all the time. Like you come off that sled push, your heart rate's up to like 108, and you've got to try and run and get back to sort of a pace that you can stay at. Like you're just in your different heart rate zones all the time. So I know it's a big claim, but I think hyrox sometimes can be harder than a marathon if you are going full pelt. And I know people might not agree with me, but if you are going full pelt at a hyrox, it hurts. It really hurts.
The thing is, right, we can take your word for it because you've excelled in hyrox. Like I said, your marathon is just shy of sub 3. But you've also got the Ironman to throw in and compare it to. So you know, I would hope, Law, you know what you're talking about when you make a claim like that as well. No.
Yeah. So me and my partner Tom have just done Birmingham. We did the doubles, and he's done an Ironman 70.3, and he said it's just a completely different ball game because you're at your threshold for the whole time in a hyrox, whereas with the Ironman you can sort of, yes, you're pushing and it does hurt, of course it does, but it's holding a pace for 4 or 5 hours that you can hold.
Yes, I mean,
whereas
yeah.
a hyrox sort of towards the end, your heart rate is just through the roof.
Yeah, I
But in the
get
doubles, you get a little break.
with the marathon, isn't it? You've got to get that fine line of, it's a balance of not going too hard. So I'd seen with the hyrox, because it's a shorter, I say short, it's still an hour or so, and I imagine most people are doing. So it's still, that should be more of a push, I get what you're saying. With a marathon, you're not at threshold, you're below threshold, aren't you? Because you've got to do it for longer, so you're holding back in some way, I suppose.
Yeah, and 100%, like not taking it away from the marathon, because it's such a hard distance and you train so hard for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're hard, but holding a pace, you're not going to go out on your like 5K pace the whole way round. Like you have that sort of, what pace you want to try and hold, and you're not going to go out doing like a 3-minute K for the first K of a marathon.
First 5-10K.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you're not saying is marathon is easy because hyrox is hard.
No, not at all.
Much, like, innit?
Yeah, not at all. Like they are both hard races to do. And for some people, like it might be more the mental side of a marathon as well. Like staying at a pace for a long time. It's a massive part of it. So I definitely don't want to take the thing away from the marathon because it is hard. It is really hard. But
I'm going to clip that up.
Being at threshold for an hour hurts.
That should get us loads of likes. Lauren Stockley says marathon is easy. I wouldn't do that.
I'm going to have loads of people coming at me now.
No. But then let's get on to the Ironman. Yeah. But then you throw Ironman into the mix as well. Now, obviously, that makes a little bit more sense now because we know about your swimming background as well. Did you have to learn to ride a bike from scratch?
No, I was all right on a bike, but that's definitely the discipline that is my weakness. I was definitely humbled by the bike. So I bought a secondhand road bike, I think was about a year and a half ago. And I was like, oh, I should be fine. I have a bit of, like, I have the fitness from the swimming and the running. It'll be all right. But oh God, I'm not a massive fan of the bike.
No, me neither.
And I only rode the longest discipline, the most time.
Yeah, and especially the training around it as well. Especially if it's this time of year and you've got to go inside and sit on that bike for 3 hours, it's so boring.
But you must not have a break, Olo, I guess, because you've gone into cross-country season now as well. But do you need... like your base levels must be so high.
I think it's more that I just don't like to stop.
Yeah, so how
But you
do
need to have a
you
break.
juggle all the different hyrox, running, triathlon? How do you do it all? What does the
But no,
training
not
look
only
like?
do it all, because you...
Yeah, the training.
And how do you
How
look... How are you so good at it all?
So I have so this year I've got a coach, which I never had before. It was more sort of, what's the next thing? I'll train for that. And then once that's done, I'll train for the
Right.
next thing that I was going to do. But my in regards to running, I've always been running, always training, always having a good amount of mileage in my training week, because like with triathlon, with hyrox, and
Yeah.
then anything on the road, it's always got to involve some sort of running. But towards now, I've got Dublin hyrox in 3 weeks, so that's a lot of like hyrox specific sessions. But then once that's done, I will then do a lot more maybe on the bike.
Yeah.
So it depends what's coming up. And I
Yeah.
think especially next year with hyrox world champs and the 70.3, I think that's something that me and my coach are definitely going to have to sort of decide, sort of have a bit of a timeline of what sort of training I'm going to do within that time period.
Double world champs. That's mad, isn't it? Did you like... This girl couldn't... I can't get my head around it, because especially like before lockdown, you couldn't run 5K without having a break. Now you're going to 2 world championships. You're doing it. I think it's mad. But what you just said is probably why you're so consistent and good at everything, because you're never training anything for too long. If we take running out of it, but like I said, that is a staple in all the events you're doing anyway. But you've got such a varied training program by the sounds of it, that you don't get bored of any of these, because you're dipping in and dipping in, dipping out. Again, does it a disservice. But they're different blocks in there, and it mixes your training up all the time, and does it?
Yeah, 100%. And I think what's quite nice is, touch wood, I haven't had any real bad injuries. And I think that's definitely around sort of not having my like running mileage too high, but also having that strength training, like that strength and conditioning on the side. So it's like I've never done, like with when people do like a big marathon block, I've never actually just focused on just doing a full block, if that makes sense. I've just sort of increased my mileage a bit, but I'm still doing all my strength.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing like all my strength training sessions, which I think like helps me not stay injured.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's cross country season now as well. How are you enjoying that?
Oh, that's I love it, but I hate it. That is, cross country is hard. It hurts.
We done a big piece on it last week, and Niki obviously was there down Pembrey on the weekend. Were you down Pembrey?
No, I was at Margam, so we do the Brentley.
Different,
We both different leagues.
But we were talking about this, and then obviously we had Ben Corner as well, who was European cross country champion many moons ago, about like the difference to it now. It's not for time, and it's just run as hard as you can for as fast as you can, like.
Yeah, which I quite like, because like with half marathons and marathons, or anything I've really done on the road, it's such a big turnout of people. Like I'm never going to be at the front of the pack. So you're sort of racing the clock rather than racing the people around you. Whereas with cross country, I don't look at my watch. I just sort of go. You are racing people, which is nice, which I don't normally do in running.
Yeah, definitely. And there's another thing I said to Niki before you come on as well, is obviously because you're spinning so many plates, right? You're a teacher. Yes, we spoke about it, hyrox, Ironman training. running training, but then you still get the club vest on and do your best for the club as well, which would be an easy out for some people as well. I haven't got time to do that. But is like club running important to you as well?
Oh, 100%. Like, Park Back has been amazing. They're so supportive of all the hyrox and everything else I've done. And they're just a lovely group of people. So for them to do the cross country for them, I'm more than happy to do. Like I almost take it as a training session as well. Like it's a good threshold session for me. And it is a nice day out. You get to see a lot of people from different clubs. I get to see people from my own club that I might not have seen that often because I'm not normally at their training sessions on a Thursday. But yeah, I love the club running and I wish I did it a lot earlier than I did.
Absolutely. We have to talk about one more event as well, because when I was on your Power of 10, I seen you PB'd in the long jump this year as well. Is that what LJ stands for?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't done any long jump.
What's LJ? 414.
414.
That does sound like long jump, doesn't it?
Oh God, I don't know. I did long jump when I was younger, but I haven't done it for a long time.
I've screenshotted that now. Can't move it around, but maybe, yeah. But this year has been a lot of PBs for you as well. And is this just layer after layer, lap after lap, rep after rep, and you're feeling all the benefits this year as well?
Yeah, 100%. So I think, well, with the half marathon, I hadn't done a half marathon in a couple of years. So when I said, like, when I got back into the running, I was just doing a lot of half marathons. And so I took a bit of a break and decided to do Cardiff a couple of weeks ago. So I had a big break. So I kind of expected that I would run better than I had before. And then I think with especially like the marathons, I think it's chasing that sub-3 sort of time, and that's something I can't really want to do next year.
In the middle of world champs, 2 world champs.
I know. We'll see.
We will. Is there a 10K on your horizon before the end of this year to PB or not?
No, I haven't really sort of looked at any 10Ks. I think it's something I definitely need to do. I wish I entered, what's the one local to you guys?
Richard Burton.
Yeah, I wish I'd entered that one, but it's sold out now, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, first time it's ever sold out.
No, good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great race. Tough 10K, but a great race.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know whether I get a PB there, but it's definitely a distance I'd like to try sort of this year, but it's not something I'm focusing on.
The thing is, right, Lauren, you're still like really young as well. Like you've got next year, obviously, we've got 2 world champs. You want to run a sub-3 marathon. A realistic, like I'm not pissing on your parade or anything, but what do you want to achieve next year? I guess we want to do that sub-3. These 2 worlds, I know they're different breeds, different events and stuff like that. But what would you want 2020 to 26 to look like for you?
So I think the sub-3 would be an extra. I don't think that's something like if I didn't go and run a marathon next year, that's fine. I'm not too bothered about that. I feel like I've got so much time to go and do that in the future. I think the main focus is definitely the hyrox. I want to sort of break into the elite 15.
What's that mean?
So it's the top 15 fastest athletes in the world, and they go to, I think it's 6 majors across the world. So that's like traveling over to America and Australia.
And that's with prize pots and stuff as well, then, is it?
Yeah. So that's the main focus. That is what I want to do.
What are you ranked now?
I don't know. I think I'm around 30 to 40.
Okay. It's achievable, or otherwise you wouldn't have it on your board, would you?
Yeah, no, so the next couple of months are going to be really sort of telling of if this year will be the year for me to do it.
Yeah.
But
I mean this, like, again, in the nicest possible way, but the Ironman world's kind of getting away a little bit as well, don't they? It could have been another year where you got to the Worlds for Ironman, because hyrox seems to be is that the main focus at the moment, is the hyrox then, yeah?
yeah, 100%. It was more sort of, I entered the Ironman last year before I'd even competed in a hyrox. So it was more
Oh,
sort of something that I wanted to go and have a go at. I did it and qualified for the world champs. And I was like, I don't really want to let this opportunity go.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then ones you can't
So
pass.
it's sort of on the back burner. Yeah. So it's sort of on the back burner at the moment. But I think when it comes to sort of February, March next year, that's when I'll start ramping up the training for the 70.3. But the next sort of couple of months is more sort of hyrox specific, and that is sort of the goal.
Yeah. And like, I do everything a disservice, but you can't wing a 70.3, but you can wing a 70.3 more than you can wing a full, innit? So
Yeah, 100%.
you can go in there into good condition, dust off the bike, dust off the bathers, the running's there anyway, and just get the reps in the build up to it as well. An athlete like you, I couldn't do that. An athlete like you, it's a bit easier to approach, is it? Fair or not fair?
Yeah, fair. I like a lot of my training at the moment as well. I am spending time on the bike, more sort of like stationary, sort of your zone 2, zone 3 on the bike to try and keep my mileage down on the running to prevent injury. So I am still going on the bike maybe once or twice a week. But yeah, it's more the 70.3 is a little bit on the back burner. But no, if I was ever going to do the full distance, hats off to anybody that does it.
Well, are you going to do a full distance?
I'd like to, but I think that would be like in a good couple, like 3-4 years. Once, if the hyrox stuff doesn't work out, then maybe I'd go and try and give the full Ironman a go. But then it's just ramping up that training again. It's a lot of training.
It's so much training.
Yeah, that's probably more of a, you'd have to probably fully concentrate on a full, wouldn't you? It's like, from people we know that are good at it and do it pretty, not full time, but serious, they love it. They're like flat out 15-20 hours a week, which is crazy amount of time, which is probably what you're doing now, saying that.
Yeah, and it's insane.
Yeah, it's like so time consuming.
It's nuts. So I'd have to like drop a lot of my strength sessions to sort of supplement going on the bike more, running more.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's definitely, I'm gonna leave that for a couple of years.
Plenty of time for
you
that.
know, you said you're a teacher, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of these events are not kind of half-term friendly as well. So is it a good understanding with the school and everything as well?
Sort of. So a lot of the events I do are on the weekends. And then with hyrox world champs last year in Chicago, work were really good. They were like, yeah, definitely go and have that time off. But I've never actually taken any time off to go and compete other than that.
Oh, that's not so bad, isn't it? But then, so you've got next year. That's exciting. I don't know where Niki's gone. He seems to have dropped out. But we were getting right to the end of it anyway. So next year, we've got 2 world champs as well, obviously. So if we could pick now, the result you want in hyrox, number 1, the result you want in worlds, number 2, and a sub 3 if we can squeeze it in somewhere, is it?
Yeah, no, that's definitely sort of the goal.
Absolutely. That's exciting. Very, very exciting. What do you do when you're not training? Train.
Oh, try and recover and be a normal person.
No, I know. It's absolutely.
Try and spend time with family and friends.
Yeah. And that's like, it's a lot, like I said, you've got so many, and when I struggle sometimes with like, a wife and a kid and a job and just trying to get out and do marathon training when I'm only trying to run a sub 4 anyway, so I'm not out all the time. But like I said, you're spinning so many plates and you seem to be doing it really well. I know we touched on it earlier. So what's the relationship with Nike as well? Are you a Nike athlete? Is it a Nike deal? How does that work?
Yeah, so I'm not technically like a Nike athlete, and so I don't get any sort of monetary like value from them. They don't actually pay me to wear their stuff. So I'm with a Nike training team. So it's
I
sort
know,
of
very similar to was it? Is the NNR, the running team Jake Smith runs for and stuff like that? Is it a similar kind of stuff to that?
yeah, sort of. So they want me to wear all of their stuff. They give us a couple of drops a year of new clothing. So they will support me financially, go into different competitions, and they will support me go into the World Champs in Stockholm for hyrox. So they pay for all that. So they support me financially in that aspect.
But there's no regular paycheck.
No, there's no regular payment, but they give me all the gear.
That's better than the payment. Like the money you must be saving on, especially the washing you must go through, right? So the gear you're getting, it's basically a paycheck because it's also expensive now as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, it was constantly spending money on running shoes, constantly buying tickets to hyrox or different events. Like, they're not cheap, and then the accommodation to get there. So they've kind of taken that financial stress away from me, because it was getting to a point where it's so expensive to go and compete and do all of these things.
Mate, it's so expensive to buy milk and sugar now, let alone enter events and buy all
that.
But thank you so much for giving us some time today, Lauren. Niki just texted me, lost connection. He's having a week, fair play. I'll have her in the neck now. But I hope next year goes fantastic for you. We might bump into each other. I don't go and do the cross countries, but I do go down with a camera to try and get some nice photos of people covered in mud. But I hope next year you get everything and try and squeeze in a sub 3 as well. But it doesn't matter if it's next year. I'm sure that sub 3 will be light work before one day that's going to be like sub 3. You're going to be chasing bigger goals as well, hopefully, in the future.
Let's hope so. But thank you so much. It was lovely to speak to you guys.
That's all right, no problem. Niki's gone, so that's all from me this week. So we'll see you on a start line somewhere soon. Right, let me press stop, and then yours will upload.